Welcome to the Explainer! Today we're going to crack a secret code. And this isn't just any code. It's over 2,600 years old, and it was designed for one specific, very dangerous purpose: speaking truth to power.
So let's kick things off with a problem that's, well, pretty much as old as time itself. It's a challenge anyone with a boss or a ruler has faced.
Now, really, think about it. How do you tell a king they're being foolish, or a CEO that their new strategy is a total dud? Being too direct is risky, and it has been for, well, millennia.
And that exact problem, that challenge, brings us to our first section, Wahrheit and Macht, or Truth and Power. This is where we get to meet the guy who came up with a totally brilliant solution.
So here he is. This is Aesop. He lived way back in ancient Greece. We're talking over 2,600 years ago. And the story goes that he wasn't a philosopher or a king. He was a slave. Now, being a slave gave Aesop this incredible, up-close view of all the injustices happening around him. He saw it all. But, speaking out directly, that could literally get him killed. So he needed a way to get his point across safely. To wrap that bitter pill of truth in some kind of sweet coating.
And that's what led him to his incredible invention, der geheime Code der Fabel, the Fables secret code. This was his answer.
Okay, so what is this secret code really? Well, at its core, it's a special kind of story. You know the type. It's short, it's usually got animals as characters, and this is the absolute key. It's hiding a moral.
The method is it's genius in its simplicity. It's basically 3 steps. Step 1, wähle Tiere, choose your animals. Step 2, gib ihnen menschliche Züge, give them human traits. And step 3, verstecke eine Lehre, hide a lesson inside. It was his way of disguising really sharp social commentary as a simple little animal story.
And this was the genius of it all. By telling stories about animals, Aesop could basically say, who, me? I'm not talking about the king. I'm just talking about, a lion. It gave him plausible deniability. He could point out greed, foolishness, injustice, and if anyone powerful got upset, he could just say, hey, it's just a story.
Okay, so to really crack this code, you've got to know the symbols, the cast of characters, if you will.
See, in the world of fables, different animals almost always stand for the same human traits. It's like a key. A fox, that's your cunning character. A lion is always powerful. A donkey is stubborn. This little shorthand is how you unlock the real meaning.
All right, so you've got the decoder ring. Let's put it to the test with a real classic. Der Löwe und die Maus, the lion and the mouse.
So the story kicks off when this tiny little mouse accidentally wakes up a huge, powerful lion from his nap.
Right away, the angry lion is about to, well, eat the mouse. She's terrified, and she pleads for her life. She says, "Let me go, and I promise one day I'll repay your kindness." And the lion? He just laughs. The idea that this tiny creature could ever help him, it's ridiculous. But he's amused, so he lets her go.
But then, some time later, things get interesting. The lion gets trapped in a hunter's net, and all his strength, all his power, it's totally useless against the ropes.
And just guess who shows up? Yep, that same little mouse. She gets to work with her sharp little teeth and patiently chews right through the ropes, setting the mighty lion free. The very creature he laughed at becomes his savior.
And that right there brings us to the real point, the hidden message of the whole story. Auch Kleine können Großes bewirken. Even the small can achieve great things. So this brings us to the most important part. The whole reason fables even exist. Die Moral der Geschichte, or the moral of the story. These stories are basically carriers for these timeless, universal lessons about life, Things like treat others as you want to be treated, or a warning about honesty. He who lies once is not believed. And even a little commentary on wealth. The rich have many worries. And that's really why all of this is so cool. This secret code, this thing that was invented by a slave thousands of years ago so we could critique the powerful, it's still being used today. It has worked for over 2.5 millennia. It's a code that absolutely still works. So let me leave you with this question. If you wanted to write a fable today to criticize something in our modern world, what animals would you pick? And what would be your moral?